What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the DFS Dose YouTube channel. I'm Ben Hauver, joined, as I always am, by Joey Carrion. If you guys like what you see, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Look, today we're going to be joined by a very, very special guest, a man who's an innovator, a man who's, a tycoon of the physical crypto market. And to put it plainly, a man who just simply doesn't fuck around. He gets paid, he gets laid. Pete ManZINELLI, aka the Manz. Welcome to the show, my guy. How are you?
What's up, bros? Thank you for having me on the DFS Doses. I'm very excited to be here. We both all just cracked some brews here to talk NFTs,
Cheers.
Sports, crypto, anything you guys want. I'm here for it.
Well, look, before we get into the groundbreaking work that you've been doing in the physical crypto and NFT space, can you just tell us a little bit about your time away from the limelight, right? Because you were a man who was on top of the world, probably on top of some other things, if you know what I mean. And like a white Dave Chappelle, right? You mysteriously vanished for almost 2 years before your sudden reappearance. Where were you and what were you doing?
Yeah, like Dave Chappelle, I felt like a lot of my fans were kind of misunderstanding my creations. I just had to step away from the limelight. But yeah, dude, I was a little bored. I was a little burnt out, dude. I'd kind of like MJ, dude, after he conquered everything in the NBA. He wanted to go play baseball, just like do something new. So I needed to lay low, dude. There was a global pandemic. So I had to travel around the world. I was trying to make love with someone in every continent, had a great time in Antarctica's. And so, yeah, I was kind of rediscovering myself, rejuvenating, recharging the proverbial batteries. And then I log on one day, I see these NFTs and I'm like, okay, might be time for Manz to make a return.
And that's what you did. And you came in screaming with, bursting with this NFT new product, non-fungible tokens, which, if you're unfamiliar out there, how could you be right now? They're unique digital assets stored on the blockchain, minted with verifiable ownership. So I just want to make sure that I understand and that our listeners understand exactly what a ManzCoin NFT is, right? So the original ManzCoin was a physical representation of a digital currency. And recently, what you did was make an NFT based on that. So what we're talking about is a digital representation of what was once a physical representation of what is a digital currency. Is that correct?
That's correct. And then the only other element of that is if you buy one of my NFTs, you get a physical ManzCoin. So to recap, originally, this ManzCoin was a physical representation of a digital cryptocurrency. The NFT is a digital representation of this physical that's a representation of a digital. But that digital version that's a representation of the physical version that's a representation of the digital version comes with a physical version. So we've actually closed the loop now.
Right. I mean, that makes honestly complete sense to me. So look, initially I was under the impression that to, acquire a ManzCoin, all I had to do was go to my local gas station and show them the Ethereum I have on my Coinbase account. I could pay some gas fees and they would basically give you the information to send it to me. But upon doing some more research, some digging, I found out that actually you get these ManzCoins on the open sea. And that's great. I love the water. So I was just wondering if you could, tell our listeners, if you have any recommendations for like a specific sea vessel they should use to hit the open seas. Can they do this on a kayak or a canoe or what's the deal?
The one thing I will say is you definitely either need to know how to swim or you need a life preservers, because I've seen a lot of these guys that have never been on the open seas and they're drowning. And me, I'm like in Baywatch. I throw off my tank. I jump into the water. I swim and save them. I bring them back to land and I put a little ManzCoin in their mouth. That's kind of just what I've had to do. So yeah, I do recommend kayak stuff where you can be extremely mobile. A jet ski is really nice out on the open seas. But yeah, you got to watch out for those fart fees, dude. Like nothing in life is free, including the open seas, dude. So make sure you have a little gas monies there and you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah. So with these open seas, right, and Rareables and some of these other, platforms for acquiring NFTs, the thing that I'm noticing from an outside perspective is that they frequently crash, right? They seem to be stuck almost in the beta stages of their development, if you will. And I was wondering if that was tough for you as a stone alpha yourself.
It is, dude. I see these sites, even Top Shots and these horsies, and they keep saying they're in betas. And I said, we're going to go straight to the alpha launch with the ManzCoin NFTs. 0 issues, nothing crashed, everything went smooth. And that's kind of reflective of how I'm an alpha. And I let these betas kind of stay in their beta status for years and years, promising something new. But no, the Manz came hot, came right out of the gate. We came strong.
That makes a lot of sense to me, Joey. I mean, you're also an alpha, you know, self-proclaimed, at least as you would say. Is that kind of why you have hesitation about getting in? You want to wait till we're out of the beta stages, perhaps?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That's what it is for me. I mean, as an alpha myself, you got to wait till they're out of the beta stages, because as alphas, we can't invest in betas. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So.
Do you guys own any NFTs, any Top Shots? Are you guys still living in the physical realm?
Yeah, I'm still in the physical. I'm a no shotter. I'm a no. Well, I do have crypto, but yeah, no NFTs yet.
Yeah, have crypto. No NFTs over here.
What are you guys? Are you guys Bitcoin maximalists, or are you guys messing around with some of these shit coins?
Yeah, you know, mostly Bitcoin and Ethereum myself.
Yeah, Bitcoin, maybe some Dogecoin here and there for the memes, but
okay, yeah. I mean, trust me, dude. I respect the meme coins. I mean, how could I not?
Yeah, how could you not? You know, speaking of Dogecoin, you know, Doge is like a meme coin that's supposed to at some point have the ability to be like a spendable asset. Is that how you view the future of ManzCoin, or is this strictly, you know, a collectible, almost a status symbol, if you will?
The thing I love about my own creation, ManzCoin, is its versatilities. And I love how it's been so many things, because people transacted in ManzCoin. Yes, as a bro to bro currency. Of course. Is it a store of value, a digital gold? I mean, only 69 of these original were made. The guys aren't trading on them. They don't want to put their money in fiats. They want something that's going to withhold their value. It's technically deflationary because the number 28 was lost as well. So then we have the NFTs that come into play. And now we're talking about art. I was like, whoa, I'm also an artist, bro. And you have, you know, a digital collectible. People can flex on the haters with their ManzCoins and their OpenSeas wallets. They can change their avatars. They head into the Discords. They get the green tag and it's a status symbol. And so I look at my creation. I'm like, whoa, dude, currency, store of values, art, digital collectible, status symbol, flex symbol. I'm like, holy shit, dude, I did it all.
That's fair. And, you know, for a man like yourself, I'm sure networking is important. And I heard a rumor, and I was hoping to confirm with you. Are you an Android user? Is this true?
Dude, I'm actually an Android user of many types. I have the Wing phone. I have the dual screen LG. Now, this is a bit of a sensitive subject. I am an LG influencer. They like to send me phones. However, LG recently announced it was going out of business as recent as Sunday. So it's been tough for me. I'm worried about my stream of influencer phones drying up.
Have you been felt pressured by the industry to ever switch to iPhone? I feel like
one of these bad boys.
No, for sure. And look, there's lots of pressure out there because of these clubhouses, dude, these tree houses, and they're exclusive only for iPhones. And I've just said, fuck off, dude. Like, I don't need to do that shit. We are Android, open source, man of the peoples. I'm a man's of the world, okay? Apple might be more ubiquitous in the United States, but I'm shipping ManzCoins off to Denmark. I'm shipping ManzCoins off to the UKs, okay? Android represents what a community, what a worldwide global figure the Manz is.
Yeah, I mean, I respect it myself, but I think Apple is a little better.
I'm frequently pressured on this very.
Got some internet issues with Ben.
I'm starting to think the DFS dose might still be in betas.
I think Ben's in a beta with his internet because he's been having some trouble.
Wait, can we switch me back to where I was? There we go.
Oh wow!
Jesus Christ!
We have the alpha seat in the grid.
Yeah.
No shot, never.
Joey, you might be the captain now.
Yeah, I might be the captain of the ship now because Ben's internet hasn't been working over the last week or two, and he hasn't got it fixed. I think that's some beta stuff right there, honestly.
So I will say I've also recently gone through some issues, but I literally changed everything out. New Ethernet cables, new modem, new routers, literally new everything. And now
yeah, so I guess I have that Android internet.
Yeah, dude, this is what happens when you throw stones from internet glass houses. You came at me with my Android, and next thing you knew, I had my man's people sending the grid down in your neighborhood.
Well, see, Ben is an Android user. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah.
There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's why I was looking for support from the Manz himself, you know, as a fellow Android user. And you mentioned the tree houses I heard before you cut out. And that's the biggest obstacle. I want to be in these tree houses.
Yeah, don't worry about the tree houses, dude. I don't think that's the next wave. I like these Twitter spaces. I think that's going to be more accessible for the common mans. You can't even, I think the Clubhouse thing is a scam. I'm holding out for Twitter spaces. How they haven't given me access as an influencer is beyond me. But don't feel bad. I have zero FOMO about Clubhouses.
All right. I mean, that's good to know. So before we get out of crypto and get out of this show, I do want to ask you a question. You know, this has been popping up all over Twitter on the timeline. These horses, right? These crypto horses. So I get it. Like when I was in 5th grade, I had Nintendogs, little digital dogs. You could pet them. You could, you know, give them little clothes, take them to the dog park. I get all that. But these horses, there's a gambling aspect. You're racing them. Apparently they have sex with each other and create more horses. What's going on? I don't understand.
Yeah, people are obsessed with these horses, dude. I think it's like a bunch of people that don't ever have sex, so they like watching these horses have sex because it's like the closest thing they will ever get to kind of physically touching another human beings. But I've taken notice because, like, of course, you know, people say there's utilities to these horses, like you can race them and stuff, and you can breed them. And so, honestly, I've been talking to my development team if we could maybe have ManzCoins, like make love to each other and create little baby ManzCoins, because it seems like people love the utility of NFTs fucking. So it's something I'm actually looking into.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, you've said it all and you've done it all. Before we get out of here, I do have to ask you, you know, way before crypto, way before even physical crypto, you know, you were an influencer in the fantasy football and the DFS and the sports betting space. Do you ever see a return for that for yourself, or has that ship sailed? Are you fully just into this next wave of crypto and art and all of that?
No, yeah, I've gotten this question recently. People worried that I've, you know, completely moved on, but you got to realize at the end of the day, I'm a Renaissance man's, right? Like I crush in all these different avenues. Sure, I started out as a DFS crusher, then I was a poker crusher, then I was a crypto crusher. Now I'm an NFTs crusher. So the man's is constantly evolving, adding other skills to his tool belt. And I will say this: I have not accomplished everything in the realm of DFS that I need to. I need to win a Millie Makers, okay? I need to go to a live finals, okay? So there's still some things that very much intrigue me in the DFS world. Shows like you, the DFS Dose. I like to come on, remember my roots. So yes, you have not seen the last of me in the DFS streets. And if anything, this NFTs movement has rejuvenated me and made me think more about getting back into those various sectors that I've crushed for so long.
Right. Do you see yourself, you know, maybe using some of your power as an NFT influencer to maybe have, you know, future ManzCoin rewards in the DraftKings streets? Like we've recently seen CryptoPunks be a top prize for a DFS contest on DraftKings. You know, is there going to be a future where I can play a contest and maybe win a ManzCoin?
Seriously, totally, 100%. You know, we have sold, I believe, around 82, 83 of the coins. And a lot of people was like, Manz, your drop was a failure because everything didn't sell out. And it's like, no, you're not actually understanding the vision, which is to create further incentives for ideas like you just had. Winners of big contests, okay, giving back to my community, because I've been remiss not to mention how important my community is.
Yeah, talk about that. Community is important, no?
It's so important. A lot of people think I just came back to make some Ethereums, and I said, no, I came back to build community. So yes, to answer your question, I think that's a great idea. I think we could see a big Manz prize pool coming in the future here. And yeah, I'm excited to see the utilities. Who knows? Once these coronavirus pandemics ends, who knows? Maybe we have a Manz meetup and you need a ManzCoin or a Manz NFTs for entrance. Like the possibilities are endless. We're not even in the first inning, dude. We're still on the bus, just blasting, you know, YMCA, getting pumped up for our game. That's how early we are right now in the ManzCoin narrative.
Wow. I mean, thank you so much for coming on the show. I'm super stoked to see where this goes. Hopefully to compete for winning a ManzCoin. Maybe I'll even be an owner one day myself. I hope so.
I would love to welcome you guys to our communities. You can check us out on the open seas. We also have a few giveaways and stuff that we have ongoing right now on my Twitter feed. When I hit 4,200 Twitter followers, I'm going to do a giveaways, a ManzCoin NFTs with the physical coin to anyone who retweets that. So if you're trying to get in, that's a good way to get an entrance into a free ManzCoin.
Yep, and all of Pete's Twitter info will be in the description to this. I retweeted that. You can find it on my Twitter as well. All of our Twitters. And once again, Manz, much appreciated. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thanks, bros. Thanks, Joey. I appreciate you guys having me on. We'll work on your internet connections, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely needs some work for sure.
Yeah, that's a fact. All right. Thanks, guys.